requesting that this equipment be sold or recycled. As the Sharp copier operational capacity has been failing, staff is requesting that it be recycled. There will be no charge for Copytronics to pick up the copier and take it away to break it down to recycle the usable parts. Recommended action this evening: open the public hearing, read resolution by title only, pass and post in the usual manner.
Thank you, Trevor. With that, I will open the public hearing and ask any members of the public who might want to comment on the surplusing of the copier. Second call for anyone that would like to speak. Third and final call for anyone who would like to speak. Seeing no comments, I will close the public hearing. Council, your pleasure.
Mr. Mayor, I would ask unanimous consent to read the resolution by title only.
Seeing no objection, so ordered.
A resolution declaring a Sharp copier BC 260 to be surplus and authorizing disposition of the property.
And Mr. Mayor, I would move to pass and post in the usual manner.
Second.
I've got a motion to pass and post the resolution in the usual manner. Mr. Mayor, any comments? Yes.
Would you explain to the public why for a copier we have to have a public hearing? Is it a state law that we have to do this?
My understanding is it's codified because of the purchase with enterprise funds in this case.
I understand we've all talked about that, but it's one of those that looks kind of foolish why we're spending time on a public hearing on a copier, but it's.
Still looks foolish, but here we are. Here we are. No matter what, there is a reason. And I'll leave my comments at that. Any other, Dave?
Question for the staff, if I may. Trevor promised me that if we vote for this, it'll go away and never come back.
That's the idea.
How many times have we seen this one now? About 5?
At least 3.
Yeah. It just seems like more. Thank you.
Any other items from council? Okay, I've got a motion and a second to pass and post the resolution in the usual manner. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now going to Agenda Bill 15110, the amended interlocal cooperation agreement administering surcharge funds generated as a result of House Bill 2060. Dave, do you want to take this one?
If I may.
Yes.
If I may. I asked that this one be pulled because it appears to me there's a bit of social engineering being engaged in by the state here. This is an income redistribution bill designed to take money from people and businesses who are registering documents and place a surcharge. Another word for surcharge is a tax on these transactions in order to fund housing for people who can't afford it, including youth shelters. And as a general rule, I don't believe in social engineering. I don't believe in transfers of wealth, and so I will be voting against this particular bill.
Point of order. Don't we have to have a motion on the floor before we have debate?
We certainly can.
Okay.
I certainly wanted to give Councilman Shoemaker the opportunity, since he's the one that asked to have this polled, to give his explanation of having the item pulled from the consent agenda.
You're very gracious. Thank you.
Not a worry. With
And
that, what would be council's pleasure with Agenda Bill 15110?
Can we have Dave read it clear through?
Mm-hmm.
Before you, council, is an amendment to an interlocal cooperation agreement between Clark County and its cities regarding the administration of the surcharge funds, which are known as the 2060 funds, named after House Bill 2060 that authorized the $10 surcharge on the recording of documents. This amendment is being requested by the county and has been signed, I understand, by all of the other cities to date to basically react to a reduction in the revenue stream that this surcharge program provides. There's been less recording of documents, primarily because there's been less real estate transactions. And because of that, there's not as much funding for one of the stated goals of the program, and so they're redirecting funds in the same general purpose as the program. instead of building low-income housing, so no longer doing capital projects because there's not enough revenue to do capital. It's for operation of emergency and youth shelters until such time, I would imagine, as that revenue stream picks up again. The other thing that the amendment does is to change the administration of the funds from the Community Housing Resource Board to the newly formed Community Action Advisory Board. And just as a reminder, Councilwoman Costin is on that board. And so our recommended action is to authorize the mayor to sign the amended interlocal cooperation agreement.
So moved.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Council comments? John?
I will have to disagree with my colleague, Councilman Shoemaker. This is a, well, I understand the point that, that the surcharge is a tax, that it does take money from people who are using the recording services for the county. This is also at the very fundamental and very basic form of government at the lowest level, at the county level, is providing a need that is, for the most part, unmatched in regards to organizations or nonprofits that are out there. This provides shelter, in particular, for youth who are in need of a place to stay, as well as, you know, there just are not enough of those places for people to go in this county without the help of this surcharge. So while I understand and would agree with you in principle for most instances, for this one, I will have to disagree and vote in favor of it. Thank you.
Molly?
Yes, and I would like to let everybody know that House Bill 2060 did pass into law in 2002. So it is a state law, and at least personally, I feel like the oath of office that I took was to uphold both the Constitution and the laws in the state of Washington. So although I may disagree with this, and I understand Councilman Shoemaker's issue with it, I feel like that I'm bound legally to respect that law, whether I agree or disagree that it is social engineering. And furthermore, I do sit on a new member on the Clark County Advisory Board, and I find that it is an exceptional board comprised of a few elected officials, a few staff, a number of interested parties, and low-income residents and other residents in the area. So it's for all of Clark County, and I think that's the perfect board to be administering this fund. And the reason that it is moved is because, and I can answer Mr. Bomey's question in a roundabout way here, is that originally there was a lot of money coming in. There was about $1 million a year coming in 2002, and currently we have less than $500,000 coming in because of the decrease in the market. And in lieu of starting another capital project with what they had, forecast, they decided they were going to continue to use a portion of these funds